What do you use to sterilize a jar? Well, what I use to sterilize all my equipment in general is I have a system that I've used over the years. It's very simple, but it does the job. I've tested a couple of different methods, but this is one that has always worked for me. First of all, why do you want to sterilize everything that you use when you're doing ferments and storing of food, like in canning and that? Is because if any mold gets in, you can't eat that food. You could get botulism, which can kill you. So if you're doing any kind of fermentation, you want to avoid mold at all costs. The only thing you can get away with accepting on your ferments is a bit of cam yeast, but that is discussion for another day. We'll cover what cam yeast is. So how do I sterilize my jars? Very simply, I have a 2-zinc system. So my first zinc, I put my jars, my spoons, my equipment, everything I'm going to be using, and it's hot soapy water, and I make sure it's properly clean. In the second zinc, I have hot bleach water, and I've used thin unscented bleach, and the good stuff, not the cheap stuff, because if you buy those 5 litre bulk stuff, that cheap bleach, it's usually watered down and it's very ineffective. So make sure you're buying decent, proper quality unscented bleach. You want to unscented because you don't want those perfumes. Those perfumes will linger and get into your food, and it's very unpleasant. And then once I've put it in the hot bleach water, which will kill off any possible remaining mold or germs or anything you don't want there, I then just rinse it off in hot water, simply because I don't want the bleach taste to get into my ferment. So I just make sure I rinse it and I smell it, and I make sure I can't smell bleach anymore. And once I've done that, on my kitchen counter I will have a section that I've set aside just for my sterilized equipment and jars. It usually has a clean cloth that I put down, and that clean cloth is absolutely clean. It has not been used for anything. It's literally just come out of the cupboard from being laundered and cleaned and is put on the counter. And the main reason I do that is if your equipment is hot, like a glass jar, and you put it on a cold counter, I have granite counters, I don't want it to possibly crack or anything like that. So, and then I also know that that is my sterilized zone and nothing else can come into that area. And that's pretty much how I sterilize my equipment, and it's quick, easy, and it's possible for anyone to do. There's no expensive chemicals or anything like that. I mean, you can buy expensive chemicals. I just choose not to, and the system works. So I've just been using it.